What's going on, guys? It's Malik here from the Mad Mix. Today I'm going to be interviewing a multi-talented individual who's a musician, a writer, and what if I told you he almost went to the Olympics? Today I'm going to be discovering the truth about Duncan Boyd. What's going on, man? All right, Duncan, tell me a little bit about, getting into advertising as a writer. Like, what brought you here? What inspired you to get here?
I went to school for English. That's what I majored in, and so I always knew that I wanted to write. When I got out of school, the first thing I did was take an internship at Exclaim magazine in Toronto. It's like a music magazine. So there I was doing music reviews, a lot of album reviews, interviews with artists, things like that. And I started working for a few other music publications. There's Ear Milk and a couple other ones. And from there, while I was interning at Exclaim, I became their social media manager for a while as well, and realized that there were jobs in that field. So I took my first agency job at McCann in Toronto. I ended up being a social media manager there for about 3 years for Chevrolet and Wendy's. It was a bilingual position too. That's kind of really why I got it, basically. And then a year ago, I wanted to find a role that was more just traditional copywriting to get into, and that's what I'm doing now.
Working under tight deadlines and getting stuff done on time, do you feel like your creative work is sort of, hindered a little bit on the fast-pacedness of the industry?
Sometimes, but for me, forever, I've always been a really fast worker. Even in school, I would be terrified of deadlines, basically, if I had an essay coming up. So I would finish it just well ahead of time to just avoid any of the nerves that come with a deadline. So, and I've brought that into my work at the ad agency. So, in a way it can hinder the creative process a little bit, but for me, I usually don't have a problem with that because I'm just getting stuff done quickly anyway. It's just the way I do it.
So you're in a band. Tell us a little bit about that.
Historically, I was in a lot of punk and rock bands. I've played at North by Northeast a couple times, which has been cool.
Sick.
My last band, Boat Culture, we put an album out last year that we're pretty hyped about. My most recent project is called The Soft Season, and it's just me and a friend of mine, Brian. And we're making electronic music now, more dancey stuff. Should have an EP out pretty soon, so.
That's cool, and you actually shot a music video for that too, right?
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend just shot a video up at my sister's cottage in the wintertime. There was a frozen lake, so we just went, it looked kind of cool. We went out there and filmed on it, yeah.
Nice, well why don't we play a clip of that right now?
Yeah, sure. The song's called Nothing Will Keep Me Away From You.
Nothing will keep me away from you. No, nothing will keep me away from you. And nothing.
Do you feel as though your music influences how you write professionally or vice versa?
Lately, actually, there has been some sort of mingling of the copywriting and songwriting. I found at work, if I come up with a cool headline for something, I'll be that can kind of work as a lyric too. So I recently wrote a song that literally borrowed a line that I wrote at work and put it into the chorus of the song.
So is there anyone that you kind of draw inspiration from, when you're writing your music or you're writing ads? Who do you look up to the most?
I'm constantly trying to look for new artists and stuff to draw inspiration from. I recently got into this scene of music that's based basically in Copenhagen, and there's all kinds of cool bands from there I've discovered that I'm really into. So yeah, I'm drawing a lot of influence from there, European dance music and stuff. With copywriting, I wouldn't say there's specific places that I draw inspiration from. I kind of just try to draw it from anything. If you're just reading a book and you see a line that's cool, and try to think of a way it could be adapted into the ad world or something like that. And just, people at the office too, bouncing ideas off each other. I try to just draw inspiration from any sort of creative outlet that's around me.
You almost went to the Olympics. Can you go into a little bit more detail about that? Tell the world what they want to hear.
Okay, so I was a speed skater for a really long time. I started when I was 4 years old. So I became, I was Ontario champion a couple times. You know, I would compete at like Canadian and North American championships. Basically, when I turned 18, I had to choose whether I was going to pursue that sport and, you know, and try to go to the Olympics or just go to school for something else. And obviously, I chose the latter, and that's kind of how I ended up in the ad agency world. So,
well, that's crazy because you went from, you know, speed skating to music to writing. You know, it's quite a diverse portfolio there.
yeah, I'm a Renaissance man, you know.
Would you ever go back to speed skating?
I haven't done it in so long, and my dad still does it. Like, my dad is like Canadian champ for men over 50 these days, which is insane. So, I mean, I'd love to go out and do it for fun again sometime, but I definitely would probably suck at it now.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the very multi-talented Duncan Boyd. Duncan, thanks so much. I was really inspired by Duncan, so I thought I would pick up a guitar and try it out for myself. What do you think?
I mean, like, share, and subscribe, and tune into themadmix.com.